between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Samoei Ruto. Who has betrayed who? That's the question which most Kenyans are asking. And the answer to that question depends on which side you are asking. If you ask the allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta, they will tell you that it is the deputy president who has betrayed President Uhuru Kenyatta. And if you ask the allies of the deputy president, they will tell you that it is President Uhuru Kenyatta who has betrayed his deputy William Samoei Ruto. And they refer you to this video.
Saa 2 asubuhi mtakuwa mmepiga kura. Kitendawili saa 3 awe ameenda nyumbani. Tumekubaliana Eldoret? Eldoret tumekubaliana. Tumalize hii miaka 5 jameni, mimi niende nipumzike, Ruto ashikilia sukume huko mbele, dunia hiyo iendelee. Hao ni namna gani jameni? Hao ni namna gani jameni? Bye bye. Sare.
And the allies of the deputy president had expected that the president was going to live to that expectation and support his deputy in 2022. But from all indications, that will not happen. President Uhuru Kenyatta will not support his deputy, William Samoei Ruto, in 2022. And yesterday, the president was in Nyandarua County, and he made it very clear that he will not support his deputy. Let me read for you in verbatim, because whatever he said was in Kikuyu, but let me read it for you in verbatim, the way it has been translated. Let me just read it for you. The president saying, I no longer trust anyone, which means he trusted the deputy president. But he's saying, I no longer trust anyone. Those I used to send me and ensure that development projects are on the right track started behaving like ayadas and doing their own things to enrich themselves. Let no one cheat you from today. I no longer trust anyone. I have no preferred successor. And those I wanted to endorse betray me. It is very clear from the president's speech that he wanted to endorse the deputy president, but the deputy president has betrayed him. But the biggest question is, how was he betrayed? Because the deputy president has always tried and made sure, at least in the public eyes, that he is seen to be loyal to his deputy. I mean, he's seen to be loyal to his boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta. But the president is telling us, in no uncertain terms, that this guy has turned into hyena. And this guy has turned into enriching himself. And that he's not going to endorse them. So what do you think could have made the president to change his mind? Because personally, by 2018, before the handshake, I never thought that I would live in this country seeing the president and his deputy speaking from different sides. Even during the handshake, I always thought initially that the president could be playing Raila Odinga. But it's now obvious that the president is not playing Raila Odinga. President is keen on stopping his deputy, William Ruto, from ascending to the presidency. But what made him betray the deputy president? In my view, the following are the reasons. Probably you might have another reason, but in my view, these are the reasons. Number one, I think the DP unknowingly undermined the president. He undermined the president without knowing. For example, during the Jubilee nominations, who told DP Ruto to go to President Uhuru Kenyatta's backyard and make Ferdinand Waititu as the governor at the expense of James Nyoro? Was he trying to undermine the president in his own backyard? What about the members of parliament who are elected on Jubilee ticket? The ones William Ruto personally made to become the MPs. And because the president needed the votes from the deputy president, he could do nothing. But now that is the president, it's now payback time. So I think the first reason is that the deputy president undermined President Uhuru Kenyatta in the second term. Number two, I think the other reason is the fact that the deputy president engineered rebellion against the president in central Kenya. He did that. That's the fact. If you go to central Kenya today, there's no way the people of central Kenya who voted for President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto on a ticket, there's no way that in 1 year the president is now the enemy of the people, while the deputy is an angel. There's no way, unless the deputy president engineered that rebellion. There is no way members of parliament, look, take for example Kiambu, there's no way the governor for Kiambu County, the MP for Gatundu South, and the MCA where President Ruto comes from can rebel against the president at the expense of the deputy. So all those points out to the fact that the deputy president engineered that rebellion. And in the process of doing that, the deputy president ensured that his star was shining brighter than that of the president in his own backyard. In politics, that is not allowed. You cannot outshine your master and succeed. And that's the biggest mistake the deputy president committed. And that sin is punishable. So that's number two. Number three, I think it has to do with the untamed ambitions of the deputy president. William Samoei Ruto is focused on becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya. And is doing everything possible to realize that ambition. He doesn't care about the president. He doesn't care about the president's legacy. He doesn't care about any other thing. And these guys are seated somewhere watching this guy. He wants to be the president and is willing to do anything, including launching fake projects. I'm saying that because the president alluded to that fact yesterday. So I think this untamed ambition of the deputy president is going to hurt him more. And that's why the deputy president, that's why President Uhuru Kenyatta has betrayed him. Take, for example, when the president had the handshake with Raila Odinga, the DP had the option of remaining silent or alternatively of supporting that handshake. But he went around the country, started calling Raila Odinga names. You know, you call someone names, and this guy is dining with your boss every single day. Basically, what you are telling your boss is that you don't respect his judgment because of ambitions. When Uhuru and Raila had handshake, they were very clear that they've not talked about 2022. In fact, at some point, Uhuru Kenyatta was very clear that he doesn't even care about ODM party. But the deputy president kept on pushing his ambitions, going now to central Kenya, ensuring that he has all the MPs on his side, going to parliament, taking charge of parliament, just because he wanted to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. So that untamed ambition is what has scared these guys. Number four is what I can call Uhuru Kenyatta's personal interest. In politics, there's only one constant factor. It's called interest. And that interest is never about the common man. That interest is about the political class. Uhuru Kenyatta was the president, contested for the presidency, and William Ruto supported him. And he rewarded the deputy president. He rewarded Ruto with the position of the deputy president. William Ruto wants Uhuru Kenyatta to support him. He wants Uhuru Kenyatta to support him for the presidency. But for what? How is Uhuru going to benefit? Is Uhuru going to appoint the vice president? I mean, the deputy president? And the handshake is giving an opportunity for the president. The Building Bridges initiative is coming up. And Uhuru has seen the potential of using the Building Bridges initiative to at least, if possible, become the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. But the Deputy President has spent the last 2 years hitting that handshake, hitting the BBI, Building Bridges initiative, until just recently. Even as recently as yesterday, his allies are still poking holes. They are saying they are supporting the handshake. I mean, they are supporting the BBI, but the BBI they are supporting is not for positions. They are supporting it here, border, coffee, sijui economy. Those things don't work like that in political circles. The question William Ruto need to ask himself is, what do I offer President Uhuru Kenyatta? If he had asked himself that question earlier enough and got an answer to it early enough, I'm sure the president would still have thought about his deputy. But I can assure you that these guys are now done and dusted. Number 5, which most people hate to say, is that William Ruto was paid by President Uhuru Kenyatta in return of the support. It is alleged that the main reason Raila and Ruto are not in terms was because Raila also at some point offered monetary money to William Ruto to support him. But after picking those money, the deputy president still went and supported Uhuru Kenyatta with that support. And that the Kenyatta family played a key role in facilitating the monetary aspect of that deal. And apart from the monetary aspect, there was the reward of rewarding him with the deputy presidency. So these guys, really, Uhuru Kenyatta doesn't see the need of supporting his deputy, because how can you support someone who supported you, of course, right? But he supported you after you paid him and after you rewarded him. How can you support someone like that? Unless the DP will also be ready to pay for that service, to pay the Kenyatta family or refund the money and then agree with the Kenyatta family. Because Uhuru Kenyatta is not the only Kenyatta family. Kenyatta family is extended. They can even choose someone who is a relative or even someone from central Kenya to be the deputy president's running mate. Someone they know cannot betray them. And because the service was paid, there's nothing. And because these things were done in private, we'll never get to know the truth. But somewhere in my mind, I believe that could be a possible reason. And lastly, is what I call corruption and deep state. The deep state is not keen on supporting the deputy president. Why? You know, in this country, if today you talk about corruption, the person coming to your mind is the deputy president. It's not that because the DP is corrupt, but the deep state has made you believe so. There are so many corrupt individuals in this country, but the system and the deep state has made it clear to the Kenyans, or has made it known to Kenyans, that the corrupt person in this country is William Samoei Ruto. And of course, if you look at the corruption investigations in this country, the ministries where his people were are actually some of the most corrupt ministries. The people he appointed have been kicked out because the system is keen on painting him as a corrupt individual. And indeed, there's a guy who was telling me that at Kenya, the director general, before this handshake, just used to tell them, you know, we have a campaign to run in 2020. We have a campaign to run. So the guy would demand for kickbacks in the name of kickbacks and few tenders here in the names of 2022 campaigns. Whether he was doing that on behalf of the DP, I still don't know. But someone told me that, and I remember also reading a similar story. Was it on Kahawa Tungo? Yeah. So the system is not keen on the DP because of corruption. And because the deep state knows the depth and the length of corruption in this country, probably they believe that if this guy is not a president and is behaving like this, is this corrupt, how will he manage the country if he becomes the president of the Republic of Kenya? Those are some of the reasons, in my view, why the president has betrayed his deputy. But I don't want to blame the deputy. He has tried as a human being to be gracious enough to his deputy, to his boss in the public eye. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to just take a minute, I want to just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your support, because without your support, it would not have been possible. The last 2 days have been busy with other things, but I've received a lot of SMS from you guys asking where I am. Thank you guys for the concern. And my next video, which I want to get your comments on, is going to be about what next for the Deputy President William Ruto after Uhuru Kenyatta's betrayal. I want to get your comments on that. And by the way, the only request I always make on this platform is that you help me create interactions by either giving the video thumbs up or thumbs down. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.